in gaming news this week, we will start with the news that PlayStation Stars loyalty program announced by Sony PlayStation. Surprise. Sony said, you know what, Xbox has Game Pass. We're going to do our own PlayStation Plus tiers. You know what else Xbox has? Microsoft Rewards. We're going to now introduce our own loyalty system.
Okay.
So you don't know what Microsoft Rewards is? It is a free loyalty program from Microsoft, which essentially lets you earn rewards points, which you can turn into vouchers for, to spend on games again, for example. So to me, I don't know if Sony's works the same way, but that's to me what this is. It's just a loyalty program for earning points and then spending them on Sony things. Can you spend it on PlayStation credits? I don't know, but that'd be very cool. Because even Nintendo has a loyalty program of sorts.
Yeah, I think you get those gold coins for every digital purchase you make. You get a percentage back in gold coins, and then you can use that to buy games, which is actually pretty neat.
Yeah, but Xbox and now PlayStation take it a bit further, where the idea is that you get almost like quests to do. There's activities and things to do that will earn you points. So I'm not quite sure what PlayStation's plan is on that front, but they're getting a loyalty program, which is pretty cool.
And it's better if you're subscribed to PS Plus. You'll earn loyalty points on purchases made via the PlayStation Store. So
there are certain activities. I mean, that I think is those, quote unquote quests I was talking about. Certain activities will also reward you with digital collectibles, which Sony describes as digital representations of things that PlayStation fans enjoy, including figurines of beloved and iconic characters from games and other forms of entertainment, as well as cherished devices that tap into Sony's history of innovation. That is a very long sentence.
Someone hasn't heard of a comma splice there. Sure.
Oh yeah, what's going on here? But yeah, it's cool Sony's doing this, but it is funny that it feels like they're taking notes from the other people, going like, you know what, we're missing. We need to do this. Which nothing wrong with that. I mean, I love Sony. I want them to remain competitive and keep doing cool things. So
to be honest, if it's just a thing that like just sits in the background, like I subscribe to it and I earn these points based on just like using my PlayStation, then every now and then I'm like, oh wait, I've got all these points, I can buy a small game or whatever. This is essentially how the Nintendo one works, and that's cool.
So I just read your PlayStation owners will acquire reward points by logging on and completing certain activities, which can then be redeemed for PSN wallet funds and other PlayStation Store products. That's cool. Lock it. I mean, they're not going to give you like $60 to buy a game. But if you're making a couple bucks here and there just for playing games anyway, it just turns into discounts on, future purchases, which is pretty cool.
So, no, it's cool. I think it's a cool program. Like there's no downside to this,
So they haven't confirmed all the regions, but I mean, it'll definitely come to the bigger places. Whether it comes to the likes of South Africa and smaller regions remains to be seen.
I wouldn't immediately say it's going to happen.
I know Microsoft Rewards does not exist in South Africa, sadly.
Yes.
But I don't know. PlayStation locally has a bigger presence.
Yeah,
I can say that.
so
there's a bigger footprint. So yeah, we'll see, I guess. What other news shall we jump to?
Let's talk about the skate news, I think. So as you might know, EA is busy working on a new skate. They have been for quite some time now. And we now know that the game is just going to be called Skate, not Skate 4 or Skate 5. I can't recall.
I hate it. It makes me so mad.
Yeah, it's just Skate.
Just add a number to the end of your game, please. Or call it Skate Reborn or something. Don't just call it Skate. Come on.
Skate. Just that's all it is. In addition to the name, they've also announced that it will be free to play. And it's going to be PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. Yeah. So I guess this is seen as a free to play like hub that people who just enjoy skating can kind of like check in on and enjoy, and it's a sandbox thing to just enjoy skating. It's not like a campaign based thing like some of the older Tony Hawk games.
Will it have a battle pass?
Well, it says here Skate will still have microtransactions to fund its continued development, but said that they will be largely cosmetic.
Mm.
The team said that it's looking to games like Apex Legends as inspiration
Battle
for money.
Pass confirmed.
Yeah.
Not a
So
doubt.
yeah, it was actually Skate 4. It was confirmed in 2020. I think it's still going to be a while till it's
Before,
out.
yeah.
Yeah, because I mean they're doing like there's loads of playtests for this game, but it's like all pre alpha. So
Yeah.
yeah, definitely not a this year sort of game. Maybe like end of next year sort of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Cool. But you know what is coming out this year?
what?
Bayonetta 3. Heyo.
Hot damn,
We
let's
finally
go.
got a release date for this. This came out of nowhere. Like, no.
I mean, the announcement of Bayonetta 3 came out of nowhere, like in what was it, fucking 2018 at this
Yeah, but
point?
this was like, oh, hey, there's a trailer.
Yeah, here's
There's
a
a release
trailer,
date.
here's a date.
So
Cool.
it's
No direct, no
nope.
nothing.
So this is out on October 28th. So Nintendo packing some punches for the end of this year.
Yeah, they've got quite a bit coming out at the end of this year, so it's pretty good.
If you never played Bayonetta 1 and 2, let me tell you, they are
Some
just
of the best
just
action games you can play.
great action games that are real crazy and really good. So color me excited for Bayonetta 3. Although you did say to me that they do not have the same voice actress, which is a bit weird.
There's been a bit of weirdness with this one. Like they don't have returning voice actors. There's like some weirdness happening with the localization. So the same localization team is not being used. So you know what? Platinum has been on a not so great trend at the moment. So at the end of the day, I'm just hoping this is a good
I hope it's
game
good,
to
yeah.
play. Like, because Bayonetta 1 and 2 are phenomenal.
Really good, yeah.
So I'm just hoping that this is not a big disappointment after all this time. That would really suck.
Yeah.
But from the gameplay trailer, it looks just as
Looks
ridiculous and
good,
bonkers.
yeah.
And looks fun.
It's got a new playable character called Viola,
Mm.
which made an appearance in the trailer. So yeah,
She wields a sword and has a little cat companion named Cheshire.
which is funny because
Which is a nice, because yeah, there's another character called Cheshire, isn't it?
no,
Or
it's his name's God, I can't. It's Luca or something, but she calls him Cheshire.
Bayonetta calls him
Yeah.
Cheshire. Yeah. Okay.
This
Interesting.
game's come full circle. I wonder what the ramifications of that mean.
I love this line though. Some of the locations players will visit in Bayonetta 3 include Tokyo, which is a city in Japan, and China, which is a whole ass country. It's just like saying
So you're
they're
going to the
LA
city
and Africa. Yeah. Like
Hold
what
up.
the hell?
Oh yeah, that's so funny. Yeah. Well, yeah. So Tokyo's in Japan, right?
Yeah, Tokyo's in Japan.
So you go to the city in Japan and then just the whole of China. Cool.
Just the whole of China, like that very small country called China.
Nice. You go to South Africa and Africa.
And Africa. Good lord.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very excited for that. I have this like little piece of me that is like, please be good.
Please be good.
Yeah.
In other Nintendo news, Kirby's getting another game this year. Kirby's on a roll this year.
Speaking of Nintendo games that came out of nowhere, this also was just dropped like
Kirby's
out of nowhere.
Dream Buffet. So this article says it looks a lot like Fall Guys because it is basically a 4-player experience where you run through obstacle courses.
Does this sound like Fall Guys? Vibrant elimination-based platformer with an online PvP focus.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
That sounds almost identical. Like
it does. But the fact that Fall Guys has like 100 players instead of just 4 players, so I wonder,
It does say it's going to be 4-player local co-op as well as online multiplayer to enjoy with friends. I guess what this reminds me of is sort of like Fall Guys, but there's an old game on Xbox called Fusion Frenzy, which is essentially Fall Guys, but it was like I think 8 players maximum, and you would each play a bunch of mini games, and at the end, like your points would tally, and that would determine a winner.
Yeah.
And it was also like the whole like Wipeout-esque nonsense mini games. So
yeah,
this is probably like a combination of both of those.
And it's got Kirby, pink Kirby, yellow Kirby, all the Kirbys there.
Love it.
Look at this ball of happiness. So good.
That's cool. I love food-based levels. I'm down.
Now moving over to
so it's
Xbox.
coming out this summer.
Oh, sorry, it's this summer.
That should be like soonish.
Pretty soon, yeah.
pretty soon.
I mean, summer's nearly over.
Yeah, it should be in
the
like the next
States,
month.
so
So it'll just drop. Just be
it'll
like,
just
boom, oh,
appear
it's
like
out.
bam.
Is this one free to play?
I think it will be, but I
Is it for
actually
like
don't
Nintendo
know.
subscribers probably? Hey.
I don't know. I have a feeling you're right, though. I don't think it's like a paid for game unless you're a
Yeah.
subscriber. Four
I'm
player
pretty
local
sure there was
co-op.
that other Kirby game that was also free to play a while back.
Yeah, there's actually a scary number of Kirby games out in the
Oh yeah.
wild.
Oh yeah.
Cool. In Xbox news, Halo Infinite campaign co-op launches in public testing. You know the game that launched in December. It's now June. We still don't have co-op campaign in Halo Infinite, but it is coming soon-ish. So yeah, it's entered public testing. It seems. After a series of delays, campaign co-op and mission replay are coming. So you're quite excited for mission replay because
Yeah, I'm mostly excited for that because the base game does not allow you to replay missions, which is fucking crazy to me in a Halo game. Like, I know this thing came out of the gates like on fire, but
does
Jesus
mission
Christ.
replay exist in previous Halos?
Yes,
Oh, so
like
they just
that
left it
is
off.
that is a core feature of those games. Like you can literally bounce between and sure, this is the first one that's open world, so maybe that makes it far more challenging. But like when you have things like skulls that you want to entice people to go and collect, and the only way for them to collect them in previous missions is to replay the fucking entire game, like
Yeah, it's a
that's
bit.
crazy to me.
No
Um,
thanks.
so yeah, it's cool that that's out. I think co-op's cool. I mean, I don't think there's anyone that I'd probably play co-op with now because I mean, you've played the game, I've played the game.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to replay it again, but it would have been nice to have it launch because I think these games in co-op are just super, super fun.
And open
It's
world
good that
Halo
it's
would be
finally
good
dropped there.
fun.
Oh my god, can you imagine the antics you could get
All
up
the
to with
grapple
both of you
hooks.
having like the grapple hooks?
Can you
Oh my,
grapple hook to your teammates? Because
I don't
you know
know.
how fun that'd be if one grapples up to a mountaintop and you all just chain your grapples together.
Exactly. Or like someone throws one of those explosive barrels and you just grapple onto it and like fly. That'd be super, super cool.
Hilarious. So yeah, that's when
Yeah.
is this? The Cup flight
I
is
think it's in its
live. Yeah,
yeah,
it's
you can access it now. I think you need to be part of the insider program,
yeah.
and then it will go out to
We,
all other players when it's ready, you know?
and there's still no season 2 on the multiplayer.
No, there is. They're in
Or is
season
it?
2,
Oh,
Lone Wolf, but the seasons they're too long.
yeah, they're too
Straight
long.
up, they're too long. Yeah, like a 6-month season is just not okay.
It's
So
not viable.
yeah, yeah,
Cool.
unfortunately.
Last bits of news. Final Fantasy 16 dumped traditional turn-based combat so that it could appeal to younger gamers.
Comes
So
from good old Darren
gave
Bonethies.
gave the good old middle finger to us boomers. Oh my god, Darren. Old man yell at cloud.
It's so good.
God, I love it. That
He
is
is
the
a genius
best.
among us. Genius.
Darren is a national treasure and he must be protected at all costs. That
He
is the
must be
best. Old
protected.
man yell at cloud. Holy shit, that is great. So yeah.
So yeah, this comes from an interview with Final Fantasy producer Naoki Yoshida. Because I think a lot of people are concerned about like the very heavy action focus of Final Fantasy 16. And speaking to Famitsu, translated by VGC, Yoshida said that the decision was made to move away from traditional turn-based RPG mechanics as the studio believes that younger audiences aren't interested in that genre. Quote, I'm from a generation that grew up with command and turn-based RPGs. I think I understand how interesting and immersive it can be. On the other hand, for the past decade or so, I've seen quite a number of opinions saying I don't understand the attraction of selecting commands in a video game. This opinion is only increasing, particularly with younger audiences who do not typically play RPGs. So, listen, I think RPGs and turn based are two very different things,
Yeah.
especially in today's age. Like, the sense of an RPG is completely skewed and does not even. I mean, how many RPGs can you think of in the past, like, 10 years that were like command based? It's only the Japanese ones. Like,
Yeah.
that's what we describe as a JRPG now. So,
But it's funny, this is what got me. He says, as I said, I believe I know the fun of command system RPGs and I want to continue developing them. But I thought about the expected sales of Final Fantasy 16 and the impact that we have to deliver.
I mean, fair. That's pragmatic. Like he's
but
like,
but that
this
is
thing needs to sell.
yeah, but it's funny because I can imagine Square Enix breathing down his neck like, hey, you got
Yeah.
you got to
Hey,
hit this. This needs
do
to
you remember
sell.
how disappointed we were in all of these other games? Yeah. Don't be that. But at
So
the same time, like Final Fantasy 15 and 7 Remake have both signaled the moving away of this already. Like
but
15 was, yes, you were selecting commands, but it was, in real time. 7 was even more so. Like you could
seven
change it to the
remake.
classic one.
Yeah, but 7
But
remake to me is the best middle ground where it's action focused, but it's really cool that you can like
very strategic.
literally,
Yeah.
almost slow time to a fraction to, decide what you're going to do. It's
Mm.
not quite the same as your traditional turn-based, but I think it's really a good middle ground, and I enjoyed the heck out of it. I'd play way more games, with that sort of system. Hey,
That's the
remake
one
2.
thing I do hope
Let's
that,
go.
in Rebirth, they don't like move away from that. I hope they
No,
don't,
I don't see
you
them
know,
doing that.
I don't mind the action focus of 16 because I think it gives it a bit of an identity.
Yeah.
Like you look at the action in 16, you're like, okay, cool, this is what this game is, and that's
Mm.
fine. I don't think all Final Fantasy games need to have the same combat, but yeah, I liked sevens, and I
And
hope they retain
can
that
we just
instead.
remember that Final Fantasy is known to experiment or do something drastically different with each game? I mean, I
Exactly.
never
Yeah.
played 12, but I think the combat it had like a gambit system. But if I
Mm,
think of 13, 13 wasn't turn based really. It was you just straight, it was like an auto battler, if
mm,
I can call it
mm.
that, where you just
Final
choose.
Fantasy Auto Chess.
Yeah, where you just choose, which roles you want your characters to go into. But you weren't going like, I want to cast fire, I want to attack. You chose a role, then
Mm.
you watched, them do their
You
thing.
watched it play out, yeah.
Yeah, which it's a different spin on combat.
And like you said, even then, like if you go all the way back to original Final Fantasy VII, that's still turn-based, but they eschewed like how turn-based worked with the active time battler. Or was
Yeah,
that
no, no,
six where they
no,
introduced it?
that happened at 3 or 4, I think.
It's
But
just like it's not turn-based. It's like everyone takes turns, but you can delay turns, you can
yeah,
do all sorts of things. So
I mean, and
it's not
even
like playing like a Fire Emblem Three Houses now where it's like this is the turn order and that's how it works. You
that's
know
how
what
it
I
is.
mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still very keen to see how Final Fantasy 16 plays out. I
If
love the
you
franchise, so
if
yeah.
you take a gander at the comment section to Bernthard's article, boy, people
So
are
much
so
hate.
mad about this. Holy shit. Yeah.
I
So
mean, yeah, it is what it is. Yeah. Last piece of news for this week. Old Metal Gears are going back on sale to celebrate the series'
thank God.
35th birthday.
Thank God. I don't know why these things were yanked from sale like a couple of months ago, but it's really cool now that on Xbox I can repurchase like the uh the collection that has like 2, 3 and Peace Walker
Mm.
because I really want to play 2 and Peace Walker because I've never played those. So
Uh,
that's cool.
I
Um
want to play 4. Can they just bring 4 to a modern platform, please?
Oh, they actually delisted them in November. I thought it was only earlier this year. I didn't
It
realize
was
it was
last
so
year.
long ago.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
But yeah, that's cool. Metal Gear is now 35 years old. This is the Metal Gear
Crazy.
franchise. So Metal Gear Solid is not the first game in the series. Let me tell
Get
you this
out.
much. Here's a history lesson.
When you're
Yo,
like,
NES
damn,
games called Metal Gear. Oh my God.
you have people
Crazy.
going, man, I played Metal Gear Solid 1 on the PlayStation 35 years ago.
Oh, Jesus. You are that old right
I
now.
can't believe it.
But yeah, it's cool that these are back on sale.
Mm.
Play Metal Gear. If anything, and if you haven't played it, go purchase Metal Gear Solid 3 and experience one of the best stealth games ever fucking created, if not one of the best games ever.
Yeah, it's real good. I played that years after the fact
It's so
on,
good.
actually 2 and 3, I played them years later on the PS Vita.
Same. Yeah.
Real good. Lots
I
of
played I
nonsense,
played
but
3
real good.
again just before Metal Gear Solid 5 came out, and I was like,
Mm.
"Fuck, this game is so good." And
Yeah.
in some ways, like, I still like Metal Gear Solid 5 a lot gameplay-wise. I think its
I
story is a
love,
real disappointment,
yeah,
but,
story's bad, but just
The gameplay is phenomenal.
that like, open world gameplay, the flexibility it gave it to do whatever the hell you wanted to do. Kajima's
It's
a
so ahead of
quite
its
a
time
dude. Yeah,
in
he's
terms of like that open world design, like really fucking
mm.
good.
Also that
And Metal
engine.
Gear Solid 3 feels the same. Like Metal Gear Solid 3 is fucking incredible.
Yeah.
Just top to
Now the
bottom, just a
dude's making
great zombie game.
walking simulators.
I would really love a way to play Metal Gear Solid 4
uh,
outside of a PS3.
Me too,
That would be
because
fucking fantastic.
that's what I've missed. Peace Walker I've also missed, but I mean, I'm not gonna.
Have you never played Metal Gear Solid 4?
Mm-mm. It's the
Oh
one.
lord. Okay, I've at least played it, but boy,
No, but
that
that's
game is
I'm waiting for
so
that to like
good.
get a
Oh,
portal or something.
dude.
They're gonna slap that on that PS Plus tier, the
Oh,
expensive one for people
yeah.
like me,
Yeah,
calling
that
it.
that game is so good. If it ever got like a re-release, I'd be there day one.
Mm.
It's just a really good game as well. It really bonkers, like hour and a half cutscenes, but super good game. Just really,
Insane.
really good game. Yeah.
Cool. On that note,
Is that?
that's
Oh,
news.
I, I think the
Did I
last
miss one?
thing. Yeah, the Bungie thing. So we
Oh,
knew.
sorry.
Yeah,
Didn't
we knew
add that.
months ago.
I did miss
It was
that.
actually announced in January that
Hmm?
PlayStation or Sony PlayStation intended to acquire Bungie in a deal worth $3.6 billion. That deal has now closed. It is
It's a
completed.
lot of
Bungie is
nuts.
now part of PlayStation. Hooray!
Bizarre.
And we know that they've done that to enhance their live game service capabilities. I think it was last week or the week before. Sony also closed the deal to acquire Haven, the latest studio led by former Assassin's Creed creator Jade Raymond. And they are working on a live service game.
Hmm.
So yeah, lots of live service
Interesting. What a
happening
time
over
to be
at
alive.
Sony.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
So,
great consolidation
of everything.
of everything. Yeah.
Well, that is
Capitalism.
now gaming news.